Almost a year before it happened, a man wrote down the date the sea would rise. Not a guess, a date. They called him a lunatic. His name was Stephen Saxby, a lieutenant in the Royal Navy and an amateur astronomer. And what he had calculated wasn't a storm, it was the tide. On the 5th of October, 1869, he wrote, the moon would swing to its closest, cross the equator, and go new, all within hours. The pull would be enormous, the highest tides in a generation, and he gave a warning, should a storm rise on that day, God help the coast beneath it. For 10 months, nothing. The date was printed in the papers, passed hand to hand, and laughed at. Then, days before, a Halifax weatherman named Frederick Allison staked his own name on it, too. A great gale, he said, on Tuesday the 5th. October 4th dawned calm and mild, but after dark the wind began to scream, a hurricane driving straight up the Bay of Fundy on the very night the great tide was already climbing. The two met. Water rose some 70 feet at the head of the bay, a record in the bay that already owns the highest tides on earth. Dikes burst, the marshes drowned. In a single night, more than 100 ships were driven ashore. Down the Fundy shore, west of St. John, a brand new barque lay at anchor off New River, the Genii, launched just weeks before. That night the sea threw her onto the ledge and broke her apart like kindling. 11 men were aboard, 11 men drowned. All but one. The ship's pilot had gone ashore that afternoon, and, the story goes, one last glass of rum kept him there when the others rowed back. He lived because he stayed to drink. The ledge where she died still carries her name, and her 11 were only a part of it. Dozens died along the coast that night. By some counts, far more. Stephen Saxby had named the day a full year in advance, from a desk in England, an ocean away from a bay he had likely never seen. 150 years on, it is still the measure, the storm every New Brunswicker sizes the next one against. Here is the truth of it. The tide, he had a right to, that was arithmetic. The hurricane that made it deadly, he never could have known. He predicted the water, the storm was just on time.